Okay.
All right. So, hi everyone. This is Lou Martin, and I'm a channel and a student of consciousness. I figured out that's my introduction for me, and I'm here with Partricia Fitzgerald, who is also working along similar lines, I'd say. Is that right, Partricia?
It probably would be, Lou. Yeah. My journey started maybe in 2012
Right.
when I had a very sudden awakening, I suppose. And I didn't know really what was happening to me.
Okay.
So my life had turned pear-shaped. I wasn't happy at all, and it was very much. I remember sitting on the couch and saying, "Is this it? Is this my life? Is this?"
Right.
It was just very unfulfilled. It was shopping on a Sunday, working all week, having a quick buzz from Dundrum Town Centre, which is a big shopping centre in Dublin. But
I've been there.
coming home and feeling empty, just so empty. And I remember just thinking, there has to be more to life than this.
Right.
And then very shortly after, I had a big upheaval in my life where my marriage broke down very suddenly.
Right.
And I went through a divorce and selling my home, and I would have been very unsure of myself, and always kind of had a partner up to that point. And so I was terrified. I was really terrified, to be honest. But during that time, I began to experience a lot of synchronicity and coincidence. And so much so, it was, I mean, if you're familiar with that, I'm sure a lot of you are, some of the listeners might not be.
Yeah.
It was just where things would happen, and they were extraordinarily unlikely things.
Right.
Where I would meet somebody, or words would pop up, and it was almost like meeting myself coming around corners.
Right.
And it bamboozled me, to be honest. And I went to the doctor, and the doctor here said, "Well, you're going through a divorce, you've got all this stuff going on, you must, you need antidepressants."
Of course.
Yeah, so that's
whole
so
world
off
needs
I went with my
antidepressants.
little bag of pills, and went home with this little bag of pills, took them for about a week, and I went, hang on a sec here, this is wrong, this is so wrong. I'm sad because I'm going through something in my life that lots of people go through, different things, whether it's grieving, or we all have ups and downs in our life, whatever they will be.
Sure.
That's life.
Yes.
And being sad is natural.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
And there has to be other ways to deal with it rather than medicating. I had to go. I knew in my heart that I had to go through the healing process.
Right.
And I also knew that the synchronicity was not. I wasn't mad.
Right.
Because I would often have, which was lovely, in that I would have other people often in on the synchronicity, and that would verify it for me. So, and I began to journal them, and the more I journaled about them, the more they happened.
Right.
So I had trust in them, but my whole brain, really, my whole brain wanted to go towards science, not towards spirituality.
Right.
And so my first port of call, I was reading Einstein, I was reading Spooky Action at a Distance, I was reading Neil Bohm, Wholeness and the Implicate Order, which actually tallies into spirituality anyway.
Right.
And it was just phenomenal, what I was reading. And as I went on the journey, I began to come more towards spiritual texts, and I fought it, if I'm honest.
Sure.
But something in my heart knew something here,
Yeah.
And they just continued, and my dreams started getting very, very intense as well at the time.
Wow.
And so I began to open up more to spiritualism. And I went to Malta with my daughter.
Okay.
And it was the first time I had travelled probably alone. Rebecca was about 7. And I had this irrational fear, I suppose, that something would happen to me over there, and that she'd be left there, and I was on my own, and because I didn't have a partner, all these, irrational fears. I'm walking around Dublin all the time, like on my own with my daughter. Anything could happen anytime, It's just that our minds go.
Right.
But so I went over to Malta anyway, and I bit the bullet and went over. And Rebecca, we were walking down the seafront at Valletta, and she saw a wire mandala. And she kept asking me, she said, Mom, can I get it? I said, okay, here's the fibre, go get it. And during the time I had been reading about synchronicity and coincidence, I'd obviously come across the work of Carl Jung and Wolfgang Pauli, the psychologists. Hadn't come across any of Jung's mandala work at all in my studies. But so I bought the wire mandala, and I found I kept picking it up and playing with it. It was a wire, you twist it to represent the planets.
Okay.
So I kept picking it up and playing with it. And I was writing fiction at the time.
Oh.
And I decided I would have the character play with this wire mandala because it was just something I could play with myself. So
Right.
it's natural that you bring those things in.
Right.
And so I Googled mandala, and of course Carl Jung came up as one of the first hits on Google.
Right.
And I went, oh wow, here we go, the master, the man of synchronicity himself.
Yeah.
And here I am,
Right.
having this massive whopper of a synchronicity
Right.
with him.
The universe is starting to wave at you.
Yeah, starting to just
Yeah.
And so I drew the first one in my little journal over in Malta.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came home, I just loved doing it, you know, it was just so calming. Initially, that's what it was for me, it was calming. I didn't know any of the philosophy behind them. I continued on, that was probably June that year. My divorce and my house sale literally happened within 2 weeks of each other in November. So that was obviously a lot of stuff. I was doing all that on my own.
Sure.
And so I just did them every night, and I would turn off the TV.
Wow.
I would sit down, I'd light a candle, and I would just engage with this art form, and it was so peaceful. And it felt like there was the more I engaged with it, it was like there's a net, like a safety net holding you.
Yes.
It's very hard to explain without actually engaging in the process.
Yes.
But it's something it was so beneficial that the worry fell away. And I have to say, I have probably one of the most amicable divorces known to man. We get on really well.
Congratulations.
Which is brilliant, you know. And I do put it down. I put a lot of it down to the fact that I was doing this work.
Right.
And something in my heart, even though I knew nothing about them, told me to meditate with them.
Yeah.
So when I would finish a piece, I would sit down and I would just gaze at it with a candle. It was profound. It was just profound, but I didn't know. And it was only after the divorce, maybe in the beginning of 2013, that I began to research it. And I went, oh my God, thank God, there's other people in the world doing this.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So I had tapped into something very archetypal, something very basic, something that's a real truth that's intrinsic to all of us.
Yes.
And it helped me so much. And the more I engaged, I continued on. I got rid of the TV. Actually, the TV went out the door.
Right. Good.
The husband, he got the TV.
Another good decision.
But I just do this every night, and I've continued to do it. And the more it's taken me, it's expansion of consciousness. It's taken me on this huge journey that's way and above and beyond anything I'd ever expected to happen.
Brilliant. Well done. I mean, that's a huge achievement, just what you've shared so far. You know, I mean, can I just say, you know, in my channeling, my guides say peace is the presence of infinite possibilities. Yeah. And so if we can come to peace, then we can navigate any storm. But that's the challenge.
Absolutely.
You found that great way into your unconscious and into yourself. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. Great. So where has it evolved for you from there? I know you've been working on this for years. You have many beautiful mandalas and a beautiful book. Yeah,
I have a beautiful book, and actually, funnily speaking, this is the book here.
Gorgeous.
And I know you're down in Bandon, aren't you?
Yeah.
Bandon's in West Cork, and I'm in Dublin.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
This book was printed by the Collins Press. Okay, the Collins Press are down in Ballincollig in Cork.
Yeah.
So,
right down the road.
When I received the book, the first copy of it, I opened up the back and I saw that it's actually printed in Malta.
Really? Isn't that cool?
I mean, really?
Sure. Yes.
So it's so that book came out. It's in all major bookstores in Ireland and on Amazon, and it's a colouring book essentially.
Yeah.
But it's also a journal. It's about journaling your journey, your ups and downs through any particular thing, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. It doesn't matter. Any journey in life. Right. You know, it could be your divorce. It could be an illness. It could be your engagement. It could be the good things and the bad things. And when you do this, you can see, you know, the ups and the downs. And life is a bell curve. It's mathematical. It's that way. It's like it goes this way always. Yeah. There's laws, you know. Yeah. And it just means that you can go back and you can look at the good times that you have. You can see, well, what was I doing then? What way was I being in the world? What were my thoughts? And what's changed? And how can I get myself back into the energy of the up cycle? So it becomes much easier. The curves aren't so much like this.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's where we do have control. We don't have control over things that happen in the world necessarily, or things that other people do, but we do have control about how we react. That's right. I suppose the work is so intricate when you're dealing with mandalas. They're generally circular and very intricate. So these are all hand drawn. Right. These are all your mandalas. They are, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your skill as an artist is truly extraordinary and breathtaking. It really is. Yeah.
Oh, thank
I mean,
you.
I say to everyone, Patricia, she has museum quality art. You know, it's just absolutely first rate.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. Yeah.
But when you are colouring them, because they are so intricate, and they're mathematical and yet creative, so you're
Right.
using both sides of the brain. So
Exactly.
you're balancing the brain, so
Yeah.
the left and the right hemispheres, and
Yeah.
activating the pineal gland.
Right.
And your thoughts will be your inner, that inner voice that goes. Most of us are
Sure.
all day. It's going. This critic.
The monkey mind, we like to say.
Yeah, the monkey mind is
Yeah.
going. So you're kind of giving the monkey a banana.
Good one.
Work, right?
Hey, see, I'll set you up and you can have that. That's perfect. Yes.
Yeah, you give the monkey a banana,
right,
and then you can kind of get in touch with what's really going on in here. And as you become aware of the thought processes that you're having,
right,
you can shine the light of awareness on them and then begin to heal them and become your own best friend. This book is all about self-compassion. And, I don't know, particularly in Ireland, probably you were taught self-love was like an absolute no-no.
Right.
I was brought up Catholic, and I suppose Catholic schools, there was that's egotistical and da-da-da.
Right.
Not in an egotistical way. This is self-compassion, about being kind to yourself.
Yes.
Being your own best friend, speaking nicely to you. If you have the thoughts that are going on in your head, if you go outside the line or something happens in the drawing that you don't like, that you weren't planning.
Yeah.
How do you speak to yourself? How do you react? And would you, if the person beside you did it, would you speak to them the same way as you're speaking to yourself?
Sure.
In other words, can you be your own friend?
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. So if I understand you, that was beautiful. Your mandala coloring book there, which is so beautifully done, it gives you a sacred space every day to work on whatever is happening with you.
And you know what, Lou? It's so important. Everybody, the world, the culture is very much focused on, the physical,
right,
material,
right.
And we're all out in the world. We're doing this and we're busy. We've lists. And people aren't giving themselves the time to just tune out and just sit down. It's such a gift to yourself.
Yes.
To sit down, whatever your practice is. It could be going for a run, it could be colouring the mandalas, it could be doing meditation, whatever your thing is. If you find that thing and give yourself that space, you give yourself and everybody around you a gift, because you become more centered, you become more present, you become just so much more grounded.
Exactly.
And you find things attracting. It's like law of attraction as well. The more you do that, the more you center yourself, the more everything opens up for you.
Absolutely.
It's phenomenal.
Absolutely.
It really is.
So you see in the inner work that you do every day with the mandalas, your outer world starts to reflect that, and you're in a much more receptive and grounded space.
Hugely.
Yeah.
And I also am aware when a trigger does happen, I'm aware that it is a trigger, and I can do the work on it. I go, okay, this is a gift. Or when fear hits, like I've just recently left my job. I've been a librarian for 27 years. So that was a big leap of faith. I'm terrified. Woo-hoo. Yeah, just off the cliff I go. I have no idea where I'll land. I don't know, but I do know from doing the mandalas that there is a safety net for me to land in.
Absolutely.
And I trust in that. I absolutely implicitly trust in that now.
That's right.
But I do have moments of terror. Sometimes, I've been at work, say the last couple of weeks, and people say, I paid your pension. Oh God, what have you done? What about the pension?
Right.
And then I can feel the fear starting to rise. And then I say to myself, okay, whose fear is this? Is this mine or is it somebody else's? And I start to clear, and I would do a lot of chakra clearing and that way. And I go, when is the first time I ever felt like this? Really tracing it back, the beads of where this fear stems from.
Right.
And not taking on other people's fear.
Right.
To say, thank you, they mean well. It's not done in any kind of malice at all. But that we do have control about what we take on. And actually myself and my ex-husband Connor, I don't want to call him my ex, Connor, when we were getting divorced, we actually sat down together and we had that conversation. When you say you're getting divorced, somebody feels the need to tell you a horror story. It's like when you're pregnant, you get the horror stories. You haven't been pregnant, Lou. You don't know. Everybody tells you their birth experiences. It's like, okay, we sat down and we said to each other, okay, people are going to tell us stories, and they're going to tell us, oh, she's going to do this and he's going to do that, and all this nonsense. we said we would just kind of shut the conversation off nicely and say, thank you very much, change the subject,
Right.
move on. We'll talk to each other. We kept that communication open.
Right.
And we were very respectful about that, about not saying anything bad about each other to anybody else. And it wasn't anybody else's deal. And that was really, really helpful. And I find with doing the mandalas, it's that kind of, I think that was a part of it, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, my guides say, peace of mind is the greatest resource of a spiritual practice, as you're saying so beautifully.
Yeah.
Because as you say, we can't control everything. But when we do have a test or a challenge or a crisis, you now have the practice within yourself, as you said, to go back inside and to clear that energetically.
So many tools to go back inside and to help ourselves. And even, you know, when the fear pops up, like I was going to say, I got sidetracked there. Just got my job and that. And when the fear pops up, I kind of view it as, you know, like Abraham Hicks would say, it's like a GPS. It's like, okay, I thank it. I go, okay, where are you showing me? What do I need to clear here?
Right.
Where do I need to get into the energy of where I want to go?
Right.
You know, and if you actually tune into that, the feeling of fear, for me, it's in my solar plexus.
Yes.
That's where it manifests for me. But it's very, very close to excitement.
Right.
It's a thought. It's literally reverse thinking the fear with the feeling of excitement and fear is very, very similar in physically.
Yes. Well, can I tell you, one of my teachers actually said that very thing. This is Dr. Peebles, another spirit guide. He said, it is a choice, and it is the energy of one or the other. So as you make a conscious choice, see, that's the key, of course, you know, do we react unconsciously or can we respond consciously? So that's beautiful.
Yeah. It's amazing when you bring the consciousness to this. I have been living my life completely unconsciously. Going with fear. So it's just such a gift. It's like getting your life back.
Sure.
You know,
well, can I also say, Patricia, it truly is. I mean, you've given yourself your life back, and now here you are, you know, shifting your career focus, and which is
I would love
great.
so many people to everybody to know that they can do this.
Yes, but you see. Right, hon. But sorry, you know, you do know how to trust yourself, you see, and that is the key to make any changes in our life. If we can't trust ourselves or we don't trust ourselves, then of course, you know, everything is just, we're locked into the external. But when you have that inner practice, then you can navigate it, as you're saying. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And can I also say, of course, making a big change like this, my dear friend, you know, whether it's the divorce or changing your career focus, all these things, you know, of course, everyone else who has been living, you know, with the 5 day a week at the work and to the shopping center on Saturday, Sunday, you know, they're kind of terrified about that. You know,
no, it can really
is such
people.
Freedom even possible? You know, it's a bit of a threat sometimes.
Yes, it can be. But I do find sometimes people will have an initial reaction of shock.
Sure.
Or what is she doing? Or, you know, but they come around eventually and then they kind of say, actually, you know, we are living in a box. And I can see it. I can see other people around me beginning to move. It's that ripple effect.
Yes.
Other people, you know, pursuing their art and pursuing their dreams, because we all come here with something very, very sacred and you know, some of us are lucky enough to find it. And we all have it. I firmly believe everybody has an innate magic inside.
Yes, a gift.
A gift, magic. And it's yours. And it'll be different for every single person. And it might seem wacky to some people. But hey. And that's been a hard part of my process is I remember thinking, oh, Jesus, people are going to think I'm nuts. And like I was working in a very, you know, it's quite a conservative job, I suppose.
Right.
And, you know, a lot of the people would be open, a lot of the people would not be. And
Sure.
Kind of a little bit of terror. I have to go and sit in a meeting now and they'll see that I've done this. But that was a bit, but I had to overcome, again, go inside and say, right, where is this coming from? What's this fear? When is the first time I felt it? How can, you know, and then I'd clear it energetically.
Great, wonderful. Can you talk a little bit about how you do your healing work with other people in terms of all of this?
Well, it's just the work that I do, the mandalas that I do. I think the journey itself is healing.
Yeah.
You know, for other people. But the work that I do sometimes can come through when I'm meditating. I can get very, very strong dreams. And so I'm channeling through an energy, it feels. Mm-hmm. And I'd say for this piece here, I'll show you hopefully.
Yes, please. Show us. Oh my God, I love that one. Yeah.
An angel's visit.
Mm-hmm.
And this piece had to be done.
Right.
It didn't give me a choice. It was like I remember leaving work. I took a half day on a Friday, and I went down. I had no canvas to paint on.
Right.
I went down to Home Base, which is like a
Sure.
Walmart kind of place.
Yeah.
Went down there, bought a canvas. That was behind it is a couple walking in Paris. Because I couldn't get a blank canvas. There was no blank canvases down.
Right.
So I sprayed over it, and I went with this, and it came through. I didn't eat or sleep for 2 nights.
Wow.
The dream, afterwards the dreams were just phenomenal.
You did this in 2 days and nights.
2 days and nights. Now, it's a huge piece. This is a limited edition print of it.
Right. Gorgeous.
What is that one? It's 100 centimeters by 100 centimeters. So it's quite a big piece.
Right.
But it felt very Egyptian. You can see the DNA, and there's things that came through that weren't. I don't consciously.
Sure. Well, you're a channel.
Yeah. Like I'd start with a dot, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then, it's very Egyptian, I feel, and I have a very big connection with Egypt. But when I don't know whether it's the couple in Paris underneath.
Right.
Kind of, I don't know, you probably won't be able to see it in the video, but there's a pyramid.
Okay.
Kind of, you can see it.
Okay.
In the piece and in the print that just came through, and I'm just going, whoa, it's like.
Yeah. Yes.
So, and you can see obviously the pyramid here.
Yeah.
Here, like portals going in, and the DNA running up through here.
Yeah. So when people would buy these and have them in their homes, of course, this tremendous spiritual energy is pouring out of that. I mean, your house must be like a temple.
It is. It's a very sacred space.
Right. Right. Yeah. But can I say, I'm my dear friend, I'm blown away that you could do that in 2 days and nights. That's just staggering.
Yeah, no, it had to happen. That one particularly.
You were giving birth. Yeah.
They did not want me to go to bed.
Right.
Yeah.
But don't you also do workshops with people? And can you describe a little bit about that?
I do day-long workshops, so I've been doing them and hoping now to do them more around Ireland and hopefully abroad as well.
Yes.
So the day-long workshop involves, I talk about mandalas and the process and the philosophy behind them. There's massive philosophy in this. I mean, I could do a degree on this.
Well, you might just,
it's phenomenal. The more you go into it, the more information is there, and I'm blown away by it. The ancients knew, and just. It's phenomenal. So I talk a bit about that. So we do a presentation on that, and then we do meditation. So it's quite a deep meditation about what you are going to achieve in your day, what you want to release,
right?
What you want to give gratitude for. It can be either or,
Yes.
And then I guide you on the journey of creating your own mandala.
Right.
So we have the compasses, and I'll guide you just making the the beginnings of the basic shape, and releasing that fear of doing it.
Sure.
A lot of people have a fear of maths or a fear of art. Either one. I'm not creative or I'm not mathematical will usually be the triggers.
Sure.
But somebody has told you somewhere along the line, and you believe them.
Right. Right.
And so we do that, and it's just phenomenal just seeing people open up. To the process. And I do put on, I think it was a very quiet process. I put on the music very loud actually, but I've chosen the music very specifically as journey music.
Yes.
So it'll really bring you on this journey and bring you deep. And after we've done our mandala, we then do a very, very deep yoga nidra. So which is lying down meditation. Okay. Where you're really seeding the work that you've done. And then at the end of the day, there's a sharing, and you can share. It's absolutely optional to share. You don't have to share if you don't want to. That's a very absolutely respectful space.
Sure.
So I love doing it. I just love doing it, and I love bringing people on the journey of it.
Yeah.
And then we also do retreats as well. So the next one is coming up in Lisnava House in Carlow.
Okay.
In November. So it's just nearly booked out now. So that's a fabulous venue, and it's going to be in November, and it's creative visioning. Which is we're going to give gratitude for everything in 2017, and then bringing the energy into 2018 and what we want to achieve. I think there's great power in gratitude.
Sure.
The attitude of gratitude, just bring it in. And there's all, with sacred geometry, you can, I don't know if you're familiar with the shape called the torus.
Sure.
The torus is
yes, the tube torus.
It's like a donut.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
It's like a donut shape, but if you visualize yourself meditating within that shape, it can be really, really powerful, especially with the gratitude, I find.
Yes.
Like, say it's like, how can I explain it? It's like you are, say, the butt of an apple. You're the center of the apple.
Sure.
And you're letting the energy come around, looping around like this.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
way energy moves that way.
Yes, I
Energy
believe that's true.
way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'd also do a lot of work with the Merkaba and all
Okay.
sorts of sacred geometry. And it's something I want to get into now. I have more time
Sure.
to do more workshops on particular sacred geometries.
Sure.
There's so much you could just
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah.
This, I'll show you another. This one is.
Yeah, please.
You can see that there, yeah. This is the squaring of the circle.
Right.
You may have heard of. So you know the way you can't square a circle.
Is that an alchemical term as well?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So
yeah.
what you're doing is you're trying to get this square here.
Right.
The same measurement as this circle here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that has been mathematically impossible.
Right.
Up till about 200 years ago, there was a geometer who found out how to get it to about, I think it's 98% accuracy.
Okay.
But when you do the geometry,
right,
you put all the drawing lines in, you end up with see this circle here?
Yes.
And this circle here.
Yeah.
Will always be the same ratio as the moon to the earth.
Really?
Yeah. So always, and there's a second way to draw the geometry where you end up with the circle on the top.
Okay.
And similarly, that will be the same ratio.
Right.
And then you also have the angle. This one here, put it on the side, is the angles of the Great Pyramids of Giza.
Okay. Wow.
So,
yeah.
The ancients, they knew this stuff.
Sure.
They knew this stuff, and they embodied it.
Yes.
And this one, it's very, very powerful. I think the squaring of the
beautiful
circle, it's balance. It's balancing the masculine and the feminine.
Yeah.
And that's not gendered. It's within each of us.
Sure, it's archetypal.
Logic, the empathy, it's archetypal. And I think when you have this around you, you're embodying the balance of the masculine and the feminine.
Yeah.
This piece here, a lot of my work seems to be. It really is bringing up the divine feminine.
Right.
This is called the Vesica Pisces.
Right.
So it's when two circles overlap equally, you get this shape.
Yeah.
It means the bladder of the fish.
Okay.
And it would also be seen, like, if you see a Catholic bishop's mitre.
Right.
The mitre is the hat.
Mm-hmm.
It's shaped like this. If you go into, I know you Catholic churches in Ireland, you go into the church and it's such a male-dominated religion.
Yes.
But when you go into the church, this symbol is everywhere.
Right.
So it's embedded. It's like secrets in plain sight.
Right.
So that divine feminine energy is there, but it's been repressed.
Sure.
And I think it's wanted to resurrect now.
Oh.
That's what I really feel.
Yes, I quite agree with you. Yes.
Yeah, this is coming into the consciousness.
Yes. Beautiful. Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and of course, being a student of sacred geometry as you are, and you're able to teach this so beautifully, you're helping us all to understand that there is a higher intelligence, a higher order to the chaos and confusion of the world.
There's no chaos and confusion. It's perfect.
There you go. It's
perfect. Yeah. And I think, when I do the classes and I have a presentation at the beginning, I can't put it on Zoom, but look at nature as well, and the way everything, like you look at every plant, every blade of grass, every atom in your body, every nucleus, right from the microcosm right up to the macrocosm, when you're looking at the planets and how they revolve around each other. Right. And if you Google, don't go off the Zoom now, but later,
go on.
Later, if you Google the kiss of Venus, it's when Venus and the Earth orbit around the sun in an
I've seen it.
Period. Have you seen it yet?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's this most beautiful mandala, and all of the planets are doing that. And that's only in our tiny little speck of the solar system, and you're just this infinite.
Yes.
And you kind of have to go, oh, lads, there is something so much bigger holding us here in the perfection.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Really.
Right.
It's so perfect. Yeah.
That's right. And you see, again, it's wonderful. As a student of the sacred, then you come into that space, don't you, of like you're expressing so well here, so beautifully, of awe and reverence and humility and appreciation. And, it just opens the heart, and it quiets the busy little mind, as we were saying.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I
Don't
want
sweat the
to.
small stuff anymore.
Right, right. I want to say how much I enjoyed your guided meditation about forgiveness.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That you used your mandala to have us go into that energy and work with the energy of forgiveness in the vibration of the mandala. That was extremely powerful. I went right out of my body listening to that.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
yeah,
quite phenomenal. I've had some people have really amazing results with that and releasing
yes,
physical pain, which is
yes,
fantastic. I've never seen it happen that spontaneously before.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think what I'm trying to do is do meditation. So I'm doing one each Monday morning
Okay,
over on my Facebook group. So it's free to just join in.
okay,
And what I do is I take you, we did this one last week.
right.
I
Yes,
take you literally into the piece.
yes. That's my current favorite, I have to say.
Yeah, this is called Kalachakra for the goddess.
Right.
So it's like it's
It's a
based on the
Tibetan.
Kalachakra mandala that the Buddhist monks
Yes,
created sand.
yes,
So usually you would create them out of sand and then it's swept up,
yes.
and
I've seen that.
it represents the impermanence of all things and non-attachment.
Yes.
But every single symbol they study for years and years on the symbology of them.
Right.
Every single symbol has meaning.
Yeah.
And for me, when I was doing this, it was interesting. I was halfway through it and I got this really strange kind of trigger, I suppose. I was saying it's too feminine. It's too feminine. And what am I doing geometry? This is a man's world. I shouldn't be doing this.
Okay.
This just came up for me. I was going, and then
Yeah.
I was going, will I change the colours? And people will think I'm mad. And all this stuff came up for me while I was creating this.
Sure.
And I went, no. I know
Right.
it's this feminine
Yes.
energy that wants to come through it, and so
Sure.
I let it happen. And yeah, it is one of my favorite pieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
The wheels of time were in it, and it's like looking down into a palace. If you look, it's probably a bit blurred on the screen, but
No, it's very clear. Yeah.
is it clear?
Yeah.
If you're looking into it, you could either be looking down a tunnel,
Right.
or if you change your perspective, you can be on the top of a pyramid.
Right. Right. Exactly.
But you can't hold those two perspectives at the same time.
Right. Right. Yes.
Okay. And just in the same way, you can't hold a positive and a negative thought at the same time.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
like Abraham Hicks, Esther says, you have to stop or move your thoughts to something else, and then
Yes.
so you have that moment of the shift, the pause,
Yes.
the little break, the little moment that you give yourself. And I suppose having the practices like meditation gives you, or doing mandalas, whatever your thing is, gives you that pause to be able to be conscious and to be consciously able to change perspective.
Yes, that's right.
And all of this geometry, you can say, like the mathematicians, like Pythagoras and all these mathematicians that we studied so dryly, may I say, at school.
Right.
Well, particularly in Ireland, I think that probably in the East they will learn a little bit more of the philosophy of mathematics. But for us, it was just, this is a theorem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Learn it.
Yeah.
But they were philosophers, first and foremost.
Right. Right.
And there's so much that we could learn, but unfortunately it's been dropped from the education system in the West anyway.
Sure.
But I do think it's really important for people to kind of look behind number and the pattern and the symmetry. Our brains love the pattern and the symmetry behind it. And you can really get a sense of awe of that.
Yeah.
And it's a fundamental truth. It doesn't change across time or space.
Right. I mean, how ancient are mandalas themselves?
Yeah, they're ancient. They're archetypal. They don't belong to anybody.
They
are truth.
Yes.
They're there. And I love on my Facebook page, it's grown phenomenally. It's been amazing. There's nearly 13,000 people.
Great.
And there's people from, there's a lot of the Kabbalah, the Jewish Kabbalah will use mandala.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Islamic. So these two cross-purpose, supposedly, religions.
Seemingly. Yes. Yes.
All about words. The words is where it all goes wrong,
Right.
And then you have Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, Shinto, all of these, and atheist, all of these people coming together.
Right.
In a truth.
Right.
Because there's no, you can't argue with this stuff. It's the only truth that stays truth over time and space. And I think was it Yogananda said, to engage with only the truth. But I can't come across anything else that stays as truthful as this.
Well, I think that's beautiful. I think of and I adore Yogananda. I think of the line, I can't remember who said it, but beauty is truth and truth beauty.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, the beauty of these great works, pull us into that space inside of ourselves where, again, we're in awe and we're in reverence and appreciation, and the heart opens up, and we can
Absolutely.
feel.
And I think what you're engaging with this fundamental truth, and each number has an energy, when you're engaging with it. And so your body, when you're meditating on these or engaging with these, your body is coming into harmony with truth, with a nature. It's in nature. It's archetype. You can't change it. You can't put another number in there.
Right.
And it's like Ian Morris's work, who you interviewed last
Yes.
week, and Ian's work obviously with solfeggio,
right,
frequencies, is the same thing, except he's doing it with sound and I'm doing it visually.
Yeah.
So the two things are married. And in fact, the first usage of the word mandala was in the Vedic scriptures, and it was a chapter of chants.
Really?
So it's all sound based. And if you look up cymatic frequencies,
yes,
you can see where you say, if you put sand on a piece of metal,
yes,
and you play a note, and you vibrate, the metal vibrates, and the sand will reorganize itself into
patterns. Yes.
So they're mandalas.
Yes, exactly.
You can see the sound becoming visual.
Right.
So vibration becoming the visual.
Right. Can I ask you what you think of crop circles?
I have never been in one.
Right.
Love to.
Yes.
I don't know whether they're, I think it's immaterial, whether they're man-made. There's all sorts of theories about them.
Right.
They're phenomenal.
Exactly.
With the geometries. I mean, if you try to do this stuff, it is difficult enough.
Sure.
Right? There's one recently where they did, I don't have one now. They did, it was like the 13 circles of Metatron's cube.
Okay, yes, that's right.
And it was just fun. That is such a difficult geometry to draw.
Sure.
How you do it in a field of corn.
Right. Yeah.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
So I'd be very open-minded about what that is. I don't think it matters what it is. Put names and.
Well, it's obviously not two guys with a ladder and a rope and a flashlight.
Yeah, well, there is videos of people doing that, but then there's some of them that you kind of go, hang on, how?
Well, yes, yes, and of course the grain is always undamaged, and the magnetic field is always different inside the circles. But yeah, I mean, it's just I wanted to hear your take on it visually from the geometry.
I think they're definitely bringing a massive energy of healing into the planet.
Yeah.
Whether regardless of whether if they're done through man or through something else.
Right. So. Absolutely. So tell me, what is your vision going forward with your work into the future? What dreams do you have about it?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm kind of going with the flow. I should know, shouldn't I? After leaving.
No, I'm inviting you. See, I want to hold a big space for you here. So
I would love to just spread the word of this, and I'd love to do more workshops on particular sacred geometries. I have kind of an idea of doing a 10-week course where you go through each number. So it's like the monad, the dyad, the triad, because each of them holds an energy.
Right.
And it'd be lovely to I think you need to be with it for a while. You need you probably find the synchronicities happening around number. I don't know if you experienced that, Lou.
Yes.
Around number,
yes.
Massive amount. A lot of my journey was begun on number.
Sure.
Number. But I'd love to do more of that. So I'm just going to see where it leads and what people need.
Right.
What people would like me to do, and I love doing the meditation and sharing that space.
Brilliant.
And I hope to kind of build that up and do more where we're going on a course where you're doing maybe 10 weeks of pure meditation and really immersing yourself in this stuff.
Great. Wonderful. Well, so that's brilliant. Thank you. I think we'll kind of, start to wind it up here if you like. That was just fascinating and so inspiring. Thank you. So you have your book. Can you tell us again how we can find you and how we can support your great work? Yeah.
Okay. That is, I'm healingcreations.ie is my website. That's .ie for Ireland.
Okay.
The book is available on Amazon. Worldwide. It's probably cheaper for you to get it through Amazon than my site because it's heavy. It's a hardback. But I do have them here as well, and I do have them when I'm giving workshops. I sell them at workshops as well.
Right.
And then you can see a list of the workshops and retreats on my website there as well.
Right.
And if you hop onto Facebook, through the website, or else through whatever. It's Healing Creations by Mandala Flames, actually. They didn't have the Healing Creations on its own free. So
Beautiful.
So, and I'm very active on that, and I love sharing kind of lots of different things like nature and the universe and all sorts of different things. So it's science, it's spirituality, it's the melding. I really believe in kind of melding of those two traditions, and I think it's time that they're coming together. They're not diametrically opposed. They're one and the same.
Right.
And then I have the meditation group. So that's on Monday mornings, and it's a live Facebook Live, but I do record them and I edit them down afterwards and put them on my YouTube channel as well. So if you're not on Facebook,
you find that through your Facebook page. We
can
find that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's what we're going to be working on this mandala on Monday.
All right. Beautiful.
So this is the Ascension. It's called Ascension.
Wow. Love it.
And that was another very powerful one for me to create. So it feels like a lotus flower here. So like you're rising up to people who are experiencing maybe an obstacle in their lives at the moment.
Sure.
They want to rise. You have the choice. Like a lotus has to rise through the muck and the mire, which is the beautiful flower that it is.
Right on.
You have to rise through a challenge. Many challenges in life.
Sure. Well, sweetheart, you're a natural teacher. I just have to be loving you over here with all my heart, because you're just amazing. And we're all very lucky to have you. And I'm so delighted we got to do this together today. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Lou. It's such a pleasure.
So my great delight. So love and light, we'll talk soon. And we did it, yeah?
We did.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'll stop the recording there, and maybe I'll just touch base with you through Messenger here.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.